Welcome to the In Season podcast, rated R for language.
None of us are doctors or neurologists. Things you're about to hear are opinions of people living with epilepsy or seizures. These are firsthand experiences. Epilepsy can cause speech problems, and medications are hard to pronounce, so please bear with me. Epilepsy can cause bad memory, so some stories will be repeated. I'm Pookie. Get ready.
Is anyone taking methylene blue as a supplement? Here there are some possible brain benefits. There's been some studies on rats. I am looking for actual epileptic folks who have tried to take it in conjunction with their meds. I'm very curious, and I'm not finding a lot of feedback other than the medical studies online.
Isn't that just like a dye thing that like people put into certain things? I don't think there's any benefit from that.
It's a synthetic dye and medication probably used to treat. Someone said, be advised, it is very strong laxative among other potentially devastating side effects.
It'll turn your piss blue.
Oh, I actually found the name of the medication I was taking is naltrexone.
Oh, okay, that's familiar. Isn't that one half of the the overdose med?
So it's naltrexone blocks the euphoric and sedative effects of opioids such as opiates and binds and blocks opiates. So I guess, well, this is me reading it as a opioid user, but when starting naltrexone for alcohol use, patients must not be physically dependent on alcohol or other substances, which I still was at the time, but it binds to endorphin receptors of the body and blocks the effects of feeling alcohol.
Yeah.
But that was what I was prescribed for a little while, and it just felt like I was taking all the risk and none of the reward. So, but I don't know, there's really not much reward with alcohol.
Has anyone else here had far more than 50, probably more than 150 seizures? I think I was diagnosed with epilepsy about 2 years ago, and I wouldn't say I've learned about it here more than gotten a better idea as to what epilepsy is. I don't know much at all. I think a year or close to one before I was diagnosed, and I went from not having a type 1 diabetic seizure in 15 years to having violent one every night. My diabetic seizures also only happen in my sleep, so I'm sure that probably helped make the cause very, very vague too. Is this at all exceptional? I don't ever see people mention things like this, and it's normally about having less than a handful of 30 years. I feel like even though I have medication and I test myself on a regular, but I am almost certain my IQ won't. I can function and remember yesterday, which I couldn't about a year ago.
IQ? Did they mention IQ? Like,
I test on myself on my own constantly that I can't ever come back. I've come this far, a few violent seizures a month ago, but I'm certain my IQ won't.
I mean, yeah, having a seizure can affect your brain cells, and
I've heard somebody else say they lost IQ points.
oh,
But the question is here basically, has anybody had more than 50 to 150 seizures? I've had well past that.
do they mean like big dramatic tonic-clonics or every single little focal? Because I'd have two different answers.
I'd probably say the same too. But it's hard for me to tell because most of my seizures, like 99% of them, have always been nocturnal. But obviously, having a tonic-clonic is very easy to identify after having one nocturnally.
Yes,
Um,
yes. I think I might have had a focal over the weekend. I was talking with Jeff about it. I did some weird, my Fitbit. So, oh, sorry to hijack the whole thing. I should bring this up afterwards. Oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead. I was trying to listen.
Oh, yeah, my Fitbit had a weird heart rate spike and it coincided at the exact moment that um I did some weird, I don't know if you'll be able to see this if I try to play it, but I was making some weird movements and then got out of bed and I wasn't sure if you can see the um can you see make that out?
Looks like you're on the bed on the left.
Yeah. So is it fine?
It's playing, yeah.
So my legs kicking there,
Yeah, your arms are kind of flailing around. Yeah,
arms.
that does look like odd, some bad movements. I mean, like I'm not a doctor or anything. And then you get up.
Hands kind of flapping, and then I get up and I go to the bathroom like normal after that, but
Are
then
you sorry? What? But were you conscious then?
um I don't know if I was conscious. I don't remember doing any of those movements or anything.
You do you remember
Um
going to the bathroom though?
I mean, I remember going to the bathroom a couple of times overnight. Um I don't check my watch every time. I
Yeah.
intentionally don't check my watch because if I know what time it is, then I freak out about how much time I have left to sleep before I have to get up in the morning. So, um, I don't know.
I
Um,
only asked that though all those questions because it was probably 6 years ago now that I managed to wake. I had a seizure and managed to fall down the stairs. I broke my collarbone and then still woke up in my bed.
wait, what you had a seizure
Yeah, and then I somehow managed to walk towards the stairs and fell down the stairs, broke my collarbone, but I was
and then you went
found,
back to bed?
and I have no recollection of this besides
Wow.
waking up with a broken collarbone.
I once
That's
woke up and had no reason why my hand was broken.
Yeah, and that's basically how it happened with my collarbone.
that
I
is scary.
I woke
had
up.
dislocated
Sorry, go ahead.
shoulder one time waking up, and I also had multiple foot fractures.
So the general consensus, I guess, is it seems from what I gather, people think it looks like some kind of pretty odd stuff to be
Yeah,
doing.
I mean,
Definitely could have been a clonic seizure.
Okay,
You were
another thing. I
twitching
woke up.
pretty.
I'm
You were
sorry.
twitching. Sorry, you were twitching pretty badly.
Yeah. I didn't tense up or anything, but I did also wake up that morning just a few hours later feeling more tired than I did when I went to bed the night before. Like I wanted to go back to bed and sleep all day. It felt, yeah.
Did you have a
So
headache?
no headache.
Do you
Yeah,
usually
so
have a headache?
I don't usually have headaches after focals, but I have had headaches after some of my tonic-clonics. So,
Okay. So that wouldn't be a ruling factor.
right, yeah.
Oh, um, hey,
Welcome back.
hey, hey,
Hey,
Yo,
hey, y'all. So, hey, so, um, yeah, so, yeah, so,
so
yeah, this is kind of, yeah, so, I don't know how to say this, but, um, I'm getting lost, but, I don't say this, but, I think, like, I had a seizure on August 10th, and now recent today, like they're now giving me a letter because I'm getting sued. Um, well, um, I'll tell you I'll tell you the story honestly.
yes, please, because that's something that's like, okay, now I'm interested.
You're awake.
Yes, that woke me up. Why are you being sued?
So so my mom and her family have gave me a car, and I mean I told them I really don't want to I really don't want to drive a car because of my seizure history. So I mean, so they told me to do Uber and Uber Eats, so I did. I mean, so I did just to get money and try to save as much as possible. And then and then on August 10th, I had a seizure. I had a seizure. A car, a car ran through me, and my car got hit through the smoke shop. And now they're blaming everything on me because I have a lawsuit. So
quick question. Do you
yeah.
have any dash cams?
Yes, I do have a dash cam.
That could possibly help you.
Yeah.
Did the dash cam show you having a seizure?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, there's not. I'm sorry, but there's nothing you
I was
can
gonna say,
do
yeah,
legally because you get into a crash and you're known to have seizures. They don't look at anything else, not even if the other person ran the damn red light.
Yeah.
All they'll read is, "Oh, you have seizures. It's your fault."
Yeah.
essentially, from what my knowledge, although I'm not a lawyer or anything, but I would definitely get one if you can afford it.
Yeah. Just I'm already like I'm already trying to yeah, I'm already trying to yeah, just the problem is I don't know which lawyer I'm gonna get. Well not to get I should get because I mean just because I'm just tired of everything of doing by my family. Just I don't want to bring all my family stuff on here. Just like I mean like I mean I mean like I mean like I mean like I'm just tired of being in Tallahassee in general. I'm tired of being around my family. I mean like I mean just I mean like I mean like I'm just tired of this shit, man. Just tired of it.
I do
Especially
have a
doing
question that might
Bangladesh.
help. When's the last time you had a seizure before that accident?
it was like before that seizure, it was like 2 weeks ago.
That's rough. When was it after before that?
That was the one at Pompano before I had the seizure. And then like my mom had kept calling me had called me multiple times and said like, "Oh, please come back. I will never ever lie to you."
That sounds like a lie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I've been near that. Just like I mean, like they've lied to me for years. I mean, but I know Tallahassee's not going to say anything about it because they try to keep it under the rug and put me on more meds, and so yeah.
I do have another question for you that might help. You have insurance?
Like car insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have car insurance. I believe I have Progressive and Geico and stuff like that.
Got full coverage.
Yeah, I have full coverage. Yeah,
Lucky you.
yeah, I have full coverage. Yeah, just like yeah, just like yeah, just like my problem is now like I don't know what kind of lawyer I'm gonna get now because I mean just like after this court case like I'm fucking leaving like I'm leaving. I mean I'm leaving Tides for good. I'm tired. I'm just tired of this.
Good for you. Find a place for you.
Yeah, just like just like my plan is hopefully far away. Like I mean, it's just far away from Florida, so I won't have to be here. Oh,
Yeah.
you got this. Okay.
Everybody needs a little break from where they're from every now and then. I don't live anywhere near where I'm from. Well, I don't live that far. It's like 17 miles, 18.
Yeah.
Mistake. But
I'm
yeah,
probably like I'm probably thinking at least I'm probably thinking at least like I would say at least like 40 hours at least like there's some that's like really far away from Florida, so I wouldn't have to see Florida ever again.
yeah.
Yeah, just like
Ready to hear that.
oh no, oh no, it's fine. Just when you come from an African household and like they think that you're the favorite and they call the police on you more than time calling more than times and then they try to hide it. So yeah, just I told them that time will reveal the true character of that family. And then and then once the court comes and then when the court date comes,
Sounds like that'll be the time.
yeah. And I told him, don't you dare mention my fucking name. 'Cause- Because like I told him like don't mention my fucking name because like it will be hell for them. Anyway. Anyway, just like I'm sorry, just
You're
like
good. You're good.
Hey, Jordy,
Trauma
real
don't-
Oh, I got a post here. It says first post, just a question/rant. Has anyone else lost friends after a seizure? Getting all irritable and angry, short fuse for weeks after a seizure. Had one at Walmart. Ever since then, I've been treating everyone like crap. I strive to not be a POS in my life, so it feels like I'm watching someone else control emotions and words. I'm saying what I feel bluntly with tone and making it seem like I'm trying to start a fight when I'm just trying to explain like normal. I just lost a best friend because I was unable to treat her right. After months of being who I want to be, nice and shit, I am close to losing another. My only friend at this point. I don't know what to do besides be honest. I feel like I'm just gonna push what family I got left away as well. Um, Have you guys lost any friends or family
I've lost friends, but they weren't seizure related.
I have.
due to your seizures or due to your epilepsy?
No, they were not related to my epilepsy. They were meth induced, I would say.
Yeah,
There's one. I used to live with a couple of friends. One of them we still have good contact, but the other one, there was one night he's like, "Hey, I just got some ketamine from one of my buddies for free," and I was like, "Hell yeah, let's all try it." 30 minutes later, we're like, "Guys, this is not ketamine. This is meth." And then he got addicted to meth, and there was a whole bunch of shittiness between those two friends. One of them stayed a friend. The other one I haven't talked to in several years.
Wait, did you say you guys are doing like Ritalin?
No, we thought we had some ketamine, but it was actually methamphetamine.
Oh, okay.
And after like half an hour or so, when it actually was in us, we realized it was not ketamine. We realized it was meth. And then that
This is a
friend,
lot stronger than ketamine.
yeah, and the friend that I haven't talked to in years was just he got addicted to it, and I, with the other friend that I am still friends with, they had a lot of fallout with it, and I was like, all right, guys, I need to just leave this because we lived together for like 5 years, all three of us. I was like, guys, I gotta go, and I'm still friends with one of them, and the other one I haven't talked to in years, which I would say I lost a friend there. And honestly, I think the sleep deprivation from the meth is what brought back my seizures, because I was about 5, 6 years old when we first recognized them, and then growing into a teenager, I grew out of them, and then from 16 to even now, I'm still on alcohol, but I'm off of a lot of drugs like meth and even cocaine. I was doing a lot of cocaine when I was a teenager, but I'm pretty sure the sleep deprivation is what brought back my seizures.
I'm gonna move forward. Not to skip or go over what you're saying, unless you want to keep going.
Oh no, go ahead.
You got something that says, "What do you say to your kids?" It says, "My son is currently a toddler, but I've started having focals again multiple times a week over the last few months. When do I talk to him about epilepsy? I don't ever want him to feel like he is any responsibility for me or my health or safety. This is not a job, but I will want to explain it to him and why I do and can't drive or certain other things eventually. I don't want my kids to be afraid, would but it would be scarier if I would have a seizure and they had no clue what was going on, right? I just need some advice or experience. Sorry if this comes off as kind of stupid or obvious, but I just had another focal, and having kids is nonstop anxiety about whether or not you're doing it right.
So, although I'm not going to be able to say it to a toddler, but at my workplace, when I quit THC, I was realizing I was having more absence seizures and such. And I have before, and again, set out a message saying what my seizures are, how they can look, and what to do if I'm having a seizure. Granted, these are all people who should be adults, but like, I can't really say that to a toddler, I don't think.
I've said this before, and I'll keep repeating it. You should not rely on your children but a knowledgeable child is a reliable child, if that makes any sense.
Yes, it does.
And believe it or not, kids are more resilient than you think. They can handle talks at even 4 years old of,
Yeah.
hey, mama and daddy's brains don't quite work right. That's why we take medicine. Sometimes they'll just freeze. That's why when you look at me and sometimes I'm just staring out into space, I'm not purposefully ignoring you. My brain is just sending so many signals to so many different places.
If you
It just
send,
can't
sorry,
it just can't read its own messages fast enough. And afterwards, mama, daddy has to lay down for a bit. The biggest thing with children is being there for what you can. And they understand. They really do. They understand that, yeah, for me, Ema cannot do everything. Ema has to go take a nap.
yeah, and if they're knowledgeable, the more knowledge you give them, especially when it comes to your seizures, the more they'll understand and the more they'll get why that's happening, even though they could technically not really understand it, but the more they're knowledgeable about it, I feel like the more they would be able to understand it.
I understood more fully what it means to have a slow seizure after I had one while in an establishment. I felt the sense of seizure oncoming, and I recognized immediately that I needed two things. One, to rest a moment and hydrate in whichever form was available to me. I always know that I need to stay awake. Yawning has been a very heavy warning. I have been noticing the onset as well as what starts them, which is generally extreme brain fatigue or some sort of exhaustion. I am learning that I had them as a youth and they have worsened. I identify the impending doom as either approaching darkness or approaching whiteness. The PA at my office of my spine and brain doctor explained to me that my wavelengths don't all wave the same, and that helped me to a joyful outlook on what was perceived to be an unresolvable condition that I have been experiencing. It has always seemed to be giggling that helps. And that has been the way I have sustained healing or at least overcoming them. I cope with seizures alone for the most part. So it has been critically necessary for me to power myself out of each one of those. I refused being transported to the hospital at the onset, twice being the exception. I also have not received a diagnosable condition requiring medication, only prevention. It has been hard to maintain a proper diet, with the potential of having them. I know that I need to improve my water intake and make use of my food resources, which seems to be sushi from grocery stores, which I suppose is arguably walking distance from my home. My greatest frustration is how seizure aggravates the reoccurring narcoleptic urges. Following the seizure, I had to talk myself out of sleeping at the Panera Bread, where I purchased a green tea in an emergency to recover from sudden sugar depletion. I hydrated first and then refilled the green tea. After my first cup, by the time I walked home, I felt despair and lost hope for my potential to be employed after having an amazing interview. I even noticed a slip in thinking ability during the interview, but I overcame it as the interviewer was patient with me as I searched for the words. I have denied needing speech therapy, presuming I communicate well enough until this recent professional discussion, during which I recognized that it was seizure that halts my ability to retrieve words. I graduated with an English major not even 10 years ago and have years of experience teaching in a classroom. I want to see myself resuming life as normal to me, but it seems these seizures are stopping me from dreaming, or maybe something is making my dream too much. I want to call it trauma. How do I overcome that? How does one overcome what is unforgettable? How does one overcome what is unforgettable? I was really hoping
Liette,
that's what I was
Liette,
gonna say.
step by step. First off, it's badass that you got that degree and we're teaching for 10 years. Stuff like that is going to be ingrained in your long-term core memories. So when you do, and I believe that you will, because it sounds like this person has a passion for teaching. And if you don't, you might find something fun, like creative writing.
Creative writing sounds fun.
So with the writing, I kind of want to point out this lady that gave me some stickers. They gave me a really good laugh. So I've been doing pizza going on 15, 16 years, and she has some stickers. I don't know if you guys know the Little Caesars company, but she makes their logo with, it says Little Seizures with the name What's Shaken. And seeing that gave me a good laugh. And
I've seen that. That was funny.
yeah, her name is Brianna Rauchi, I believe that's how it's pronounced. I'm gonna type it in the thing for her website, but
My friend used to work at Little Caesars, and we used to joke and say little seizures. And this is before we knew I was epileptic. So it was kind of a nice little foreshadowing to my future.
yeah, it gave me a good laugh because like I said, I've been in pizza for going on 15, 16 years.
Like hand tossing pizzas?
Oh yeah, I worked at Papagino's for like what was it? It was like 8 years, 10 years almost. Now I work in a like very highly I don't know the word I'm looking for, but a very productive place in New Hampshire. But yeah, I just sent her website in the chat. But yeah, it can be a very high stress inducing job at times. If we did the place I'm at doesn't do delivery, which if we did delivery, that place would be chaotic, even more than it can be now. She also gave me another sticker that says, if you're happy and you know it, take your meds. And then it says, no, but really, go take your meds. Even if you don't feel good, take it. You'll feel better. Treat yourself with the love you deserve. Make a game out of it if you have to. Pretend you're playing Manicala while you fill your pillbox. It'll be easier. For more art and disability result, visit her website.
I got something. The person says, streak broken. I was
Real quick,
43.
I gotta head off to bed. I'm falling asleep over here.
Oh, go ahead.
But
Have a
it
good night,
was
buddy.
great talking with everyone tonight.
Yeah, it was nice to hear your story about your sobriety, dude.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah, thank you.
That has nothing to do with sobriety.
Good dreaming, friend.
Understand.
Right now, this kidney stone is not letting my medicines do their work.
Is there
Definitely
medication you
fewer
use?
kidney stones.
Yes, that's the best medical advice. Have fewer kidney stones.
What is that like? How big are
Kidney
kidney
st-
stones?
Oh, well, this one's actually pretty small. But me and my mom seem to have this propensity of having at least one kidney stone a year. And it's luckily this year's one is pretty small. I don't have to have lipotropsy done. But that has definitely happened before. Lipotropsy is like sound waves directed at the kidney stone to break it up into smaller stones.
You've had that treatment before at work?
Yes, it does. Of course, you're still having the stones that you're just now smaller, but at least you're not passing a quarter size stone.
Yeah, and I've seen the like photographs of those. They are sharp.
Oh yes, the calcium ones. Yeah, they're very, very, very pointy.
And I've had a catheter. Even that was very painful when they gave me a lot of morphine.
Well, I don't think a catheter is comfortable for anyone, but I have to say you guys probably have it worse when it comes to catheters because we don't
Sounds
have
like
a
fun.
pipe.
Sounds like you guys are talking about something fun.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
Toast just keeping it to anatomy.
When I was young and dumb, I was drinking a hell of a lot more when I was younger and went to the store on a pedal bike with no brakes and face planted on the ground and I lost like 6 teeth. And I remember waking up in the hospital and they're like, here's your like 8th shot of morphine and we're about to pull a catheter out. It was probably the second highest pain I've ever felt.
I think that anything that has to do with that area of your body, regardless of gender, probably isn't comfortable.
Certainly not.
Because when I had my IU,
Yeah, everyone reacts differently.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Please take your medication as prescribed or whatever works for you. We're not doctors.